is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Tomorrow is February the 14th, and we all know what a special day that is. It's the opening day of college baseball season for NCAA Division I teams. What, you thought I was going to say Valentine's Day? Take your wife or girlfriend to the ballpark and get her a hot dog. She'll be content. But the state has 10 NCAA Division I baseball teams, and they will all be in action tomorrow. 9 of them will be at home. The lone exception is Clemson. The Tigers, who are predicted to have the best season of any team in the state, are going to be playing in the Shriners Children's College Showdown in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field. They'll open up with Oklahoma State on Friday, Arizona on Saturday, and Ole Miss on Sunday. Those games will be broadcast on the Flow Sports streaming service. You can find out more about that online. It's a subscription service. Clemson coach Eric Bakich will not be on the field for the first 2 games. He's serving a suspension for being ejected in the loss to Florida in the NCAA Super Regional back last June. But he will be joining the Clemson radio broadcast team from his hotel room, and he said earlier this week, you can't get ejected on radio. But the Tigers are again expected to have a fine season. Like I said, they're the only state team that's not at home beginning of the weekend. Well, looking elsewhere, South Carolina begins the Paul Mainieri era with a home series against Sacred Heart, beginning at 4 o'clock Friday is the first game. Before Saturday's game, they will name the playing surface at Founders Park for Ray Tanner, who coached the Gamecocks to 2 NCAA World Series championships and was a longtime coach there. He recently retired as athletic director. Ray did a lot of work on getting Founders Park built. He did a lot of research. He visited a lot of places to find just exactly what he wanted to have in a ballpark at South Carolina, and I think he did a pretty good job. Elsewhere, Coastal Carolina's longtime coach Gary Gilmore retired after last season, and he's being replaced by his former assistant Kevin Schnall. The Chanticleers will open up in the Baseball at the Beach event. They've been playing that down there for many, many years, and this year they're opening up against St. Joseph's. Washington and Kansas State are the other 2 teams, and that tournament continues through Monday. Elsewhere, Mike McGuire stayed in the Big South Conference, but he moved over from USC Upstate to Winthrop to be the coach there, and he will be coaching in a newly named Founders Field. The Eagles got a naming rights agreement, some benefits from dealing with the Founders Credit Union, and so they have a name there instead of just the Winthrop ballpark. They will be opening up with a doubleheader against Merrimack. They moved a game in from later in the week, in anticipation of possible weather problems. Well, how about USC Upstate, where McGuire left? His former assistant Kane Sweeney will be is the new coach, and he takes over tomorrow. They play their first game against Boston College. Boston College is not a stranger to the Upstate. At least the coach isn't. It's Todd Interdonato, who is a longtime coach at Wofford. He really built that program up to have a very successful year, or several years, and he moved on up to the Atlantic Coast Conference. Also in Spartanburg, Wofford will be playing host to Ohio in a doubleheader. They moved a game up because of rain, so they have that. Also playing a doubleheader is Presbyterian. They're at home against Georgetown. Elsewhere, the Citadel has the first game under new coach Russell Triplett. Russell's a former Clemson player. He was the head coach at Newberry, and he moved on down to Charleston to take over the Citadel. The Bulldogs will be playing at UIC, also known as University of Illinois Chicago. And up the road a little ways at Charleston Southern, Carl Kuhn gets his first game as coach. They'll be playing against Miami of Ohio. Now the Citadel and Charleston Southern will be alternating their opponents for over the weekend, so fans of the schools will both get to see UIC and Miami. Also in Charleston, the Cougars of College of Charleston feel like they were rooked last year when it came to not getting a bid to the NCAA tournament, and they're out in intent to make sure the NCAA selection committee doesn't have the choice of leading them out this year. Of course, Chad Holbrook's a longtime coach out there. The Cougars open up against Virginia Commonwealth. So it's a full week in the state, lots of action going on all across the state. You know, that doesn't even mention all the other teams on the other levels. You can always find the complete state schedule at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. I try to do lots of things to help promote the game of college baseball in South Carolina. Things like a team of the week, a player of the day, rankings, notes as I can find them. When I can, I post a link to every box score I can find involving a state school, and just other things like that. I've been doing it since 2009, and I try to make it better every year. Again, PalmettoStateBaseball.com. One thing I will tell you is all my stuff is totally free, and I guarantee you that you'll get your money's worth. So let's get out of here and be ready for opening day. The first game is at 12, and Clemson plays Oklahoma State, and they tip off a little bit throughout the day, and it'll be a busy day of action in the state of South Carolina all and through the weekend. I hope you'll look at PalmettoStateBaseball.com for my coverage, and thanks for taking time to listen to this. This is Rudy Jones of Palmetto State Baseball saying, it's a beautiful day for baseball. Let's play too.